Hey, we're going to talk a little Bulls. We're going to talk a little Bears because somebody in the national media is not happy with them. And we're going to talk about the best thing that happened on Monday Night Football, and it wasn't a game. Let's go. Hey, welcome to another edition of the Sizzle. I am your man. Every time somebody starts off, I'm your man. I'm not really your man unless you really know me, but I'm Jay Sizzle. Jay Thomas, they call me Jay Sizzle. Out here in Indiana, IRONSKILLETSPORTS, this Sizzle, the talk of the 219, here to talk a little bit of sports with you. I always like coming on with you guys, man, having a good time. We've been on air here for now. We're going to our third year of doing this podcast, and it's just a passion that we have, man, that we get talking. My brothers in broadcasting, as G Sizzle out there, Rich Sizzle, we just come out and we talk. We talk sports, we talk local news, we talk national news, we talk about a lot of things. But there's some other people out here who talk a lot of things. We want to talk about it. Let's take a look at what's going on here. If I can pull up the right thing. Hold on a second. I think that's it. Yeah, I got to make sure, I get old with this technology. I don't know what's going on. A certain Marcus Spears was talking about Justin Fields today and the Chicago Bears. And there's some people in the media right now. Everybody out here is poo-pooing all over Matt Nagy. But we have to start thinking now, is this really all Matt Nagy's fault? I talked about this before a while ago as the season started. Now we're going to hear a little bit about what they got to say about what I was saying earlier on in the year.
Bears offense as you hand out the responsibility/blame.
Yeah, well, Matt Nagy been one of the hot topics for me with his craziness at the beginning of the season. But when you think about, Justin got to own his part. All right, now this is a situation where, obviously the plan wasn't good and all of that. But Justin has played now. I gave him benefit of the doubt against the Cleveland Browns because it was his first time out, and that's what rookies look like majority of the time. But in this particular situation, he had opportunities to float out of the pocket and throw the ball in the third level of the stand.
Facts on that one. Now, we saw Justin Fields. We know he likes to sit in the pocket and hold on to the football. He leads the NFL in taking sacks. We need to be learning from game to game. We are starting to see the regression. I can't even say the word right now. We can start to see Justin Fields go in reverse. Now, is it all the offensive line's fault? Is it all Matt Nagy's fault? I'm going to say no. A lot of this now is relying on Justin Fields being able to read and being able to get the football out. Use that 4.3 speed. Use it. You got to get outside the pocket. Let's see what's going on.
Right? You got to figure out, I need to leave this a little bit earlier. And it ain't like he was playing against chopped liver up front either, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are getting back healthy. They're going to do that to a lot of quarterbacks. But Justin Fields has to own some of this as well. Own more of it than I thought he needed to own against the Cleveland Browns. With that being said, bro, the incompetence of what this coaching staff is putting out there.
Facts about that.
This young rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
It everybody knows it. This ain't nothing new. Greeny, we gonna sit on, what's today's date? Let me look at my phone. It's October 26th.
Yep.
And we knew this before Justin Fields started playing.
Absolutely right. Now look, everybody was screaming about how bad Mitchell Trubisky was, right? I was one of the few people who were saying that Mitchell Trubisky isn't all that bad. This is just a bad season. A bad type of play calling, a bad season for play calling. We've been having that since, the Bears haven't had a quarterback since the fucking QB. But you're starting to see the Bears really turn into the laughingstock of the NFL. I mean, this offense is not woefully bad, historically bad. And I believe it's not going to get better. I think right now you're going to start seeing the injury bug jump on these guys. You're going to see Allen Robinson already cutting off routes. He already's not running through routes because he knows that ball's not coming to him. If it's more than 2.5 seconds, if he's not on a slant, he's not getting the football. A lot of this has to do with what Matt Nagy's doing and what Laser is doing. Now, here's the issue. can we figure out a way, and I'm talking about can we, like I'm one of the Bears management, can we figure out a way to get this guy more time in the backfield to throw the football? Because unless we start gashing teams with the run, unless we start beating teams like this, like Monday Night Football did, what the Saints did with Alvin Kamara, unless we start making teams pay for their running backs, not covering their running backs coming out of the backfield, the Chicago Bears are going to be in trouble. They're in worse trouble now than they ever have been. This is the worst team I think we've ever seen being here in Chicago.
We knew this when Mitchell Trubisky was playing. Ain't a damn thing changed
No.
about the coaching staff with the Chicago Bears.
Absolutely.
Other than now it's highlighted because they gave away draft picks to get another quarterback.
Yeah.
Another one. This is the second go-round for Matt Nagy and drafting quarterbacks very highly and trading away picks, and it looks the exact same after the one successful season with Mitchell Trubisky.
Here's the thing about this, too. Matt Nagy's going to be able to say, hey, I played 500 ball with this club. I've got you 2 out of the last 3 years to the playoffs. What more do you want? I was coach of the year. What more do you want? His stats say he's doing a great job. But when you look at what's going on to the field, and now this defense is woefully underplaying right now. This defense has to play better. Now, it was not all of Justin Fields' fault that the Bears got 40 points hung on them by the GOAT. It's not all of his fault. Now, was he throwing the ball over there, 3 interceptions and all that? Yeah, that was bad. But we have to figure out a way to stop Tom Brady from doing whatever he wanted to do. Now, we know Tom Brady has been playing professional football longer than Justin Fields has been alive. But the Chicago Bears have to show up and help their young quarterback, because now you're making this quarterback have to force the football down the field. This is a bad problem. Chicago, this is a problem.
Being an athlete and using him in the right way.
So
It's got to be a coaching change.
Why do you look so skeptical of what he's saying?
I know. Well, I mean, I wasn't skeptical of all the things he's saying. I think Trubisky was there when Nagy got there.
Right.
That was the only thing that I made a
Nagy
look
was
askance at,
hired because he was a quarterback
and he
guru and
didn't
he was
do
going to develop Mitchell Trubisky. How'd that work out?
He had
Right.
those issues
Yeah, he's
that
the
was
guru.
bad, but
Nope.
I think that they certainly are getting a ton of blame, especially on Monday on this show. You get Monday Dan, who is a very mean man. Monday Dan, very mean man. Monday Dan is lighting them up. I think that Fields, he throws some ducks out there. A lot of ducks.
Oh, he does more than throw ducks. There's a couple of passes he should have never thrown. Off his back foot to looking like he was throwing to the secondary of the Bucs. Throw the ball out of bounds. Roll out and throw the ball out of bounds. Put it 10 rows up into the stands if you have to. Let's punt the football. Let's not eat this football. Take all these negative plays and just throw the ball up for grabs. It's ridiculous what's going on. This is amateurish. JV football is being played at Soldier Field, even though they were down there in Tampa Bay.
Out there for Fields too. That's part of the problem also. But in this particular game, I hate coming down on my guys on the defense, but that was part of the issue. Is you can't ask a rookie quarterback with a coaching staff that seems to be clueless to go score for score with Tom Brady and all the talent they have out there. So we talk about how Patrick Mahomes is pressing sometimes. Can you imagine what's going on in Justin Fields' mind when he knows that all this pressure's on him and he sees Tom Brady throw another touchdown?
Yeah, it's
about, and you know from
let's listen to Greeny right quick, see what he says.
Through all those interceptions and everything else, so we know how he wound up. But I've said for years, far more young quarterbacks in the NFL are ruined than developed. I would be very concerned watching this. I'm not saying Justin Fields doesn't deserve any blame for what's going on. But I would be very concerned about what kind of long-term impact this thorough disaster could be having.
Here's your biggest.
Here, absolutely. Let me tell you something, Chicago. You are running this quarterback. You're running him. And this is a guy who often says, "Well, I'm the guy who is made for this. I'm the guy who's made to be a guy who's going to excel in this league." When you have that mentality that you're the guy who's made for this, and all of a sudden you look up and stuff's not going well for you, when you look up and it's 38-3, what was his stats? Let's take a look at this. All right. Justin Fields went 22 or 32 for 184. That's bad yardage, but he had 3 interceptions. There was not a point in time that you thought Justin Fields has any of this under control. And then you look across the way from you, and you got Tom Brady going 22 or 36 with a pedestrian 211, right? He didn't throw for big yardage, but threw for 4 TDs. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at a guy like this who's in complete control, who was just throwing the ball to Mike Evans, like they were just having pitch and catch out there. What did Mike Evans go for? He had, 6 receptions, 76 yards, 12-yard average. Every time he caught the ball was a first down, and 3 TDs. He threw one to Chris Godwin. So when you're looking at this from the other side, even though you know that Tom Brady is the GOAT, you're looking at this situation, you're going, man, what is going on? What is happening? How come I'm not living up to what I think I'm supposed to be? I really do believe that this is going to be detrimental to Justin Fields' mental health. I really believe that. I think this is a guy who is teetering on, if I'm not great, what else do I have? Because his whole thing is about being the man. And right now in the NFL, he's starting to find out that everybody out there playing right now is the man. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to wait and see what's going to happen with this team. I'm just really super concerned about what's going on. And I think that this is going to be a situation where the Bears very possibly may have missed on another quarterback. But beyond that, though, let's talk about a quarterback who came back from the dead and played pretty well, and that's out in Seattle. Hey, say what you want to say about Jameis Winston, but he looked pretty good. Jameis looked pretty good. He was checking that ball down to Alvin Kamara. How many times did he throw the ball? Alvin Kamara, he threw the ball to Alvin Kamara, had 128 yards, 11 targets, 13-yard completion in the second quarter. Alvin Kamara was playing that position, swinging out of the backfield, attacking those linebackers like you're supposed to. And you saw the crab-leg kid hitting Alvin Kamara on a regular basis. This was a really good game for Jameis Winston. I was happy about it. I really was. I was happy about it. But let me tell you something, though. That was not the best thing that happened on Monday night. The best thing that happened on Monday night was the Manning brothers. The Manning brothers, this is you got to watch this. This is the greatest football show, I believe, that's ever been put on TV. I know y'all go, oh, Jay, what are you talking about? You got 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks on here breaking it down for you, play after play after play, letting you know what's happening, letting you know what's going on inside their mind. This is NFL films all over again on steroids. And then you have Marshawn Lynch kick back, having cocktails, chilling and talking with him. And it was just hilarious. It really was. You look at Eli, right? Eli's pretty funny. He's got that sort of laid back, sort of sly sort of humor. And you can see Peyton is always playing the big brother. He's always got to one-up his brother, but it was hilarious that he had to put on that Ole Miss jersey. But when the GOAT came on, when Tom Brady came on, just think about that. How often have we ever seen Tom Brady interacting like that live, unscripted, enjoying himself? And you really got to see Tom Brady talking for about 25 minutes. Now, I'm not talking about we're fanning out about Tom Brady. We're just talking about that we get an opportunity to hear him, Eli Manning, and Peyton Manning talking about quarterbacking. And if you are a student of the game, if you're a guy who played the game before, if you're a guy who coached the game before, or just enjoy football, that didn't get much better than that. I'm telling you right now, that was one of the best things that I think I've seen on football, was when you had those 3 quarterbacks on there talking at the same time. It was exciting. It really was. I enjoyed it. I was laughing through it. I just thought it was cool to see Tom Brady in such a way that it made he seemed human. You know, a lot of times with Tom Brady, you always look at him and go, well, you know, he's Tom Brady. He's got the supermodel wife and all this. But there's a reason why all these people are flocking down to Tampa Bay. There's a reason why Mike Evans and those guys down there are giving him mad respect. There's a reason why that happens, you know, and for a guy like that to come on a show like that, had just played the day before, but that just tells you how beat up he was not if he was able to come on the show and chill and laugh and have a good time. So that was really good. I hope they do that again. I don't know when the next time they're going to do it, but I hope it's soon. Now, let me tell you something. This Chicago Bulls team, here's the first thing, guys. All right, okay. Are they really the Chicago Bulls? I mean, you got DeMar DeRozan, you got Lakers on there, you got all these different guys. Remember, you got Lonzo Ball. I'm not really sure if this is the Bulls team or if this is a bunch of really good guys they pulled together and they put Bulls jerseys on. But however, I digress. It's going to be fun this year. You know that this Bulls team is only one of three other teams, or two other teams actually, in the NBA at the time of this broadcast that are undefeated. One of them is the Golden State Warriors. Don't snooze. Don't snooze. If Clay can stay healthy, they're going to be nasty. Rest assured about that. And the other one is that the Timberwolves? Yeah, no, Timberwolves lost. Detroit lost. Who else is this? Golden State. Who else? Utah. Utah's going to be tough, y'all. Utah is going to be tough, but they haven't played that many games yet. You only talk about Chicago's only played 4. Utah's only played 2, so you don't have a real predictor yet about what they're going to be, but we know the Utah Jazz is going to be tough. Here's the thing about it that's sort of interesting about this season is that you have the Bulls starting at 4-0, and this is no fluke. This is no fluke. If the Bulls get up on you and bash you around a little bit, this is a team that can run away from you in the fourth quarter. I mean, they got some dogs out there, real dogs. He's getting an opportunity right now to show who he is. And he's got guys who believe in him. Man, you got a guy, Lonzo Ball, who really just wants to give up the basketball. And you're looking right now, and look at the defense that they're playing. Lonzo is long, and I said that earlier, that Lonzo Ball was going to make the Chicago Bulls a much better defensive ball club because now these point guards have to work around Lonzo. Lonzo's jumping in the lanes. They're getting steals right now. Right now, this says, let's see. No defense has allowed 97 points per 100 possessions or fewer over a full season since 2003 and 2004. The Bulls right now are keeping teams shut down. This is going to be an epic year for the Bulls if they can stay healthy. Now, the question is going to be in any one of these ball clubs out here, is it enough to deal with the guys in the East? Are you going to have enough to deal with the Bucks? We don't know. We got to see. Can Giannis stay healthy? Because that ball club is hard hustle and muscle. I don't know yet who on the Bulls is going to deal with Giannis. They're talking about it's going to be Patrick Williams. I don't think so. I mean, I know he's looked decent, but I don't think he's going to be that guy. But we're going to wait and see. So, look, guys, I'm having a good time out here. This is enjoyable. I think the Chicago Bulls are going to be good. The question is going to be, can they be a team that can compete in the East and bring home at least an Eastern Conference championship to Chicago? Because it's been a long time since we played that well. Back since the Derrick Rose teams. I believe this team might be better than that Derrick Rose team. I really believe so. I just think they're built to be better. And you have Zach LaVine, who is a superstar. I mean, let's put him right there. Zach LaVine is a superstar. Is he top 5 in the league? No. But is he in top 10? Is he coming off the bench first? I think so. This is going to be a really good team. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, guys, enjoy talking to you. We love the Saints and Seahawks. This game was a good game. I was glad to see Jameis play as well as he did. I was glad to see that Jameis was able to bounce back. Alvin Kamara is playing well. We don't know when we're going to see Russell Wilson back. And it just shows you immediately how important Russell Wilson is to us. Because if Russell Wilson cannot come back for the Seahawks, then it's going to be a long year for them. And then you might see Pete Carroll calling it quits. So for my radio partners out there, for Rich Sizzle, for G Sizzle, we had a good time. I had a good time being here with you guys. This is the new format of the show. I'm throwing it out here a little bit, trying to figure it out, but having fun. But For everybody out there, man, stay safe. Stay doing what you do. Enjoy your life. This life is great. Enjoy it every day. Be great every day. Make sure you tell your kids you love them. And on the other side of that too, love yourself. Because that's the most important thing you can do in this life. Until the next show, we'll see you later. If I can figure out how to turn this off. Bye.